Hello, 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 tacticians, champions of good and evil, and lovers of a good fantasy story. Welcome to Playing Hardball and a little review and also evaluation of King Arthur the Role-Playing Wargame Part 2, the second game. So the first game was a very nice surprise a couple of years ago, which received very, very positive reviews and evaluations because it was a very nice concept. It's a little bit like Total War, has a strategic map, as we will soon see. And I thought that I will just explain to you the general gaming concept, show you a couple of saves. I just finished this game. However, the bad news is that the second part is not as good as the first one, although they've got some very nice visual art, which I also will show it to you. So we'll just check out a couple of my save games. So let's start with this one. There we've got a crown we actually in the game kind of never really saw, so I don't know what kind of crown this is. It was just for flavor. So the thing is, it plays in Britannia. The general concept is that King Arthur is lying on his sick bed. He was mortally wounded and he's fighting with his death. We are William Pendragon, his son. Yeah, and we are trying to save his life, and for that we have to also establish or re-establish some order in Britannia. So as we can see here, we've got this overlay of the game. So this is the best graphic options, and they try to improve the game significantly. So I personally like the water, but as you can see, so here were the Fomorians, which is these Nether gates, yeah, so the Fomorians are some kind of demonic beings. They've come to Britannia from another world or dimension, and as you can see, they have transformed the area, and there's some mist or fog or something, or dust, smoke rising up. But yeah, the graphics, let's say they are maybe average. So we have the British Isle, and the thing is, the game works with quests. So we've got 5 quests, 5 chapters, and they always are pretty much straightforward, but we do have certain choices that can lead to different outcomes. Yeah, so something what is new in this second part, in the second game, is that we can actually make the battles more difficult for ourselves and thus gain some advantages. For example, we can win battles without using our magic abilities, and that will actually reduce our mana costs. Or for example, if we don't use the victory locations, I will show that to you later, we will capture them quicker, for example. Yeah? Or if we kill a lot of units with magical spells, we can cast our spells more quickly. So that's the thing. Something rather important in the game is also the morality chart. It is between rightful and tyrant, between old faith and Christianity. So, and depending on our choices, we could be a tyrant Christian king. And then we get special units like Dark Angels, for example, Archguardians, Holy Avengers, or if we are the rightful Christian, we get Seraphs, so which are the good angels, also Guardians and Holy Warriors and Knights of the Light. Whereas if we are, like I played here, followers of the old faith and rightful, then we get Seelies. Seelie, they are these otherworldly beings, not really spirits or something, but something like fairies, yeah, something, and they are unique and powerful units with special abilities, and I like them very much, but they are also unseelie champions, so if we go the Tyrant way, which are basically the same, yeah, roughly the same units. But it's of course the flavor thing. So we've got some diplomatic choices. Depending on the morality we choose, we have different choices of alliances with different little kingdoms here. If we have an alliance with them, we can we do have certain opportunities. We can train with them. We can do some combined research of magic stuff. Yeah, or we can even get units from them, or they train our units to be better at something. The map consists of locations. Every province has at least one location. That's the location list. So Battleground, for example, is here. This area has one castle. Others have, I think, up to 4. Yeah, like here, for example, Brentwood. They have Guild of Outlaws, Castle, Stone Circle, where later we get Mystic Pathways and we can teleport between these stone circles on the map. Yeah, so, and we can upgrade these and get certain different, a lot of bony. And different abilities from that, so that's actually pretty interesting. But on the other hand, yeah, it's also rather limited. So, but there are villages for every unit type, like for like here for infantry, archers, cavalry, like here, yeah. Special units, golems, and also dragons. We get them later. Morality units. These are the Seelie units, or magic unit. That's general magic stuff. So, but this is only advancing via the chapters actually. So it doesn't matter. Although we do have some research options. Yeah, I will show that to you in winter. We have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter, obviously. And only in winter, our armies can level up. Yeah,
ready to serve.
That we will look. We'll have a look at that now. So our heroes have different things to think of. They have certain traits that give them a bonus or malus on things. They can get fiefdoms, which gives them and their army a bonus. For example, here with him, he's got the, or like this. Let's go. Here's this one, for example, Brentwood would have Scarlet Guild, Copper Beaches, yeah, and different villages, for example. So, and if there's a certain village like this one, for example, I already upgraded it, then your units in that given army can get a bonus for either HP or the damage they deal. Yeah, it's usually exclusive, so you have to decide. And then you can, in your army, you can just do it to your liking, yeah, and arrange it in a way that you fit your army as well as you want. So everybody has a different set of skills, which you can also upgrade with every level. You get skill points, and you can sometimes earn them. Also, some wives. You see, we get to rescue ladies. Sometimes we get them basically as a quest reward. Yeah. So, and they are sometimes nice, sometimes not so much, and like a demanding woman. Yeah, I never used the demanding woman because I found that this is probably dangerous. Minus 15% movement point. Sometimes you need to be quick, but in the first game that was of much more significance. So, but you can marry the guys, and then they have some little bonus, yeah, but it adds up. So there are different trees. We've got fire spells, We've got cold spells, winds of the north or freeze, and we've got lightning spells. He's got lightning bolt.
Ready to serve.
Morgana has even chain lightning, yeah, and Stormlord gives much more, and shadow spells as well. Plus the poison spell, which is pretty nice because it also slows down the enemies and damages them. So yeah, that's basically most of the important stuff. If you are rightful, you get the resurrection spell. I like that very much, and I found that one very essential in the game actually, because you tend to lose many units. Yeah, I mean there are other abilities.
Yes, my lord.
So I like this one, that he has the restoring might. So everybody in his command circle, he's got as a warlord, he's got a command circle in which people, all the soldiers get higher morale and some other bonus. Yeah, like this one, for example, a defensive bonus, for example. Yeah, so Sir Lyndon also gets a command bonus, I think. Or here it is. So, and here also has the circle of defense. Yeah, but there are sometimes offensive things as well. And he's got the general thing that cavalry is better with them. So yeah, that's the concept. And then people can have artifacts depending on their class. There are 3 classes: a warlord, who's more into leadership and the general army thing. He can wear or have a banner. And we need leadership for special units like the wolf breeds. They are basically werewolves who can transform into wolves, which are much quicker. Yeah. And there are others, as we just saw with the military. Excuse me. Yeah, these special units need, or they have a higher leadership need, but that's it basically. So the first game was much more interesting there because depending on your leadership skills, you could have more heroes in your army, but they nerfed that, so you can have only a maximum of 2 other heroes in your army. So, but of course they probably didn't want the army to be too powerful, and yeah, with the artifacts you can collect. You can also upgrade the abilities, yeah, so they do more damage. You can collect sets of them. You can also craft artifacts. So there are forges here somewhere. But that's actually the crafting system is horrible because I mean you do find a few recipes, but otherwise they apparently think that people should coincidentally fumble around, and I invested like 1.5 hours or so and tried to get this armor of Gorloa, for which you need to create these things, the iron armor of the savior and stuff, yeah, and you just have to throw into the forge these items and then hope that given the combination of different artifacts you always have to put 4 in, and then you get the right one out of there. And I just didn't bother anymore. So, and in the end, I have to say, and it's not really a spoiler, I hope, or actually it's the evaluation, you get better artifacts. So this is the rare, this is like the midterm situation here, or like even the beginning, yeah, or end of the first phase of the game. I didn't really bother about the artifacts. It was more like my completionist thing that I wanted to unlock these abilities. Yeah, as you can see here, if you kill heroes or if you kill units or if you win battles, then the items will unlock. Do we have anything here? Yeah, here for example, win battles, then they will unlock further boni. Yeah, but that's it. So, so that's basically like in the first game. But for some reason, I found the artifacts in the first game kind of more interesting. But or maybe it's just the same, so it's nothing new. Yeah, so that's this thing. Yeah, and that's it basically. So now we can take a look.
Yes, my liege.
Can he actually attack someone maybe? No. Can he go somewhere? No. Okay, so then we will just load something and hopefully we'll get a nice loading screen. Maybe this one. Okay, there was no loading screen. Okay, so but here we are actually at Grendel's lair, so this is impossible. Impossible strength. It's not intended for us to attack them here. Yeah. But I'm just doing it so we can actually attack them with our army. And now we know, okay, there's Grendel and he's got some Fomorian giant folk. Yeah. Oh yeah, here, this is a nice picture, I like it. And what happens is that we usually have like this cinematic view over the battlefield. Yeah, I like that, like conceptually very much. And we will visit all these victory locations. However, in the first game, that was the new thing, the very interesting and nice idea. You were able to reach a tactical victory even against armies that were more powerful than you are by conquering these victory locations and holding them for a given amount of time. And I personally, I found that concept very interesting and nice. And now these locations are just for a bonus, that's all. Or sometimes for a skill. Yeah? For example, this crystal tower here gives you a frost spell. Sorry. And that's it. Yeah? But I like the lighting effects. Yeah? So let's start here. And then you, like in the Total War series, you have the opportunity to put your units inside an area that is marked here by these counters. What is it actually? It looks like... Yeah. And the bad thing is we can't really scroll smoothly, so it's kind of messy on the battlefield. That was also a problem in the first game. They could and should have they could and should have changed that, but they didn't, and that is probably some potential lost. So and I just put these guys there. So I now finished deployment. So now you can see this one, or maybe he has this and is very quick about it. Horde formation makes them quicker, and once we conquer this area, then we have the ability. So, and with other things like here the Nether Gate, for example, that's here, it spawns every couple of seconds the enemy unit. So, and these guys, they are the Fomorians. They are ugly and dangerous. So while our guys, I'm just pausing the game here, the heroes always have this column of light. This is Sir Linden, with this gladiator helmet, so you can see from the armor that this is really high fantasy stuff, or sometimes even higher than normal fantasy stuff. So but the graphics are pretty nice for the age of the game, also like with these lighting effects. So like the poison bolt veterans, they even have more stuff. So I think they wanted to turn this game, so the first game had, you could say, maybe only average graphics, and I guess they wanted to turn it like into a AAA title or something. However, unfortunately, that didn't work out, in my opinion. Although I like the lightning effect here, or the lighting effect, and it really looks like the end times a bit. So it's also a very interesting setting, like an apocalyptic Britannia. So it's pretty cool. But I never found that the atmosphere was what it could have been. Yeah? So, but here they come. So they're really like the twisted Fomorian giants here with tentacles. Yeah. So these guys. Oh yeah, and they are so powerful that they stomp around. So that's the thing. So and here, like if we use the spell, for example, they are coming here. Use the spell. It's within the range.
Your spell was absorbed.
Yeah, there we heard it. That's another thing. There is a spell shield, like a magic shield. The enemy and we have with spell penetration potential. So threshold. So we've got, thanks to the items and the abilities of our heroes, we've got nearly very high, or 80 points, or it is very high spell penetration, and every spell has a penetration level. So spell penetration is low for the Venomous Curse, for example, also low for the Fireball. I'm just casting this one, or maybe not yet, but this one is also low. That's normal, spell penetration normal, so we could do that. They have low spell penetration, so their shield would block these spells. This one has spell penetration high. Yeah, let's wait for them a bit. So there they come. So and here now he can actually cast this one on the behemoth. He can cast the the fireball is only there, so the spells have different ranges. There they come. Yeah, it's actually like here maybe, or like there. So, and then you can see he's starting to cast the spell, right? So there he is, our hero.
Your spell was absorbed.
Oh yeah. So there, that is a bit sad. But here, for example, we can cast this one on the behemoths. We can go forward. Yeah. We can cast this one just to reduce the spell shield further. And it usually takes like 10 seconds or so. So let's send them, these guys, forward. Archers can shoot them. Oh, actually, why are they already in melee? So the units are very, very proactive. And they are handling a lot of stuff themselves. Yeah,
your
sometimes
spell
you don't
was
really
absorbed.
want it. Yeah. So now the fireball would be nice. So I mean, he could summon a worm, but I'm not doing it now. So I just wanted to show you guys, where is he? Oh, he's behind. Okay, I should have put him forward, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, and we can resurrect our guys, of course. So here, this one. And there you can see his circle, the circle of command, yeah. So there they come. Just showing this one. Oh yeah, and by the way, now he has the shard, and he's got special abilities with it. So he's there. So here, so like this.
Your soldiers are going to die.
Unstoppable force. It's like this. Oh yeah, okay, so wait a little bit longer, so like this. Let's look at it. I have actually only rarely used the shards. And in the first game there was, you know, the archers were overpowered very much. Yeah, so they were very deadly. And they never really balanced it correctly. That was also like a negative thing. So, and here Sir Linden can change the formation like so. Now he's going here. He's there.
The enemy started to capture one of your locations.
They're really nasty, but we also have these blast levels like this, and you can, because winds of the north. Now it's frozen, but it's a mess, and this is of course impossible. An impossible fight. So that's the thing. So he can also do this one.
Your unit is going to die.
No, it's not, because we are loading or actually exiting this one. So, but here you can see. Oh yeah, that's also a very nice artwork, I think. I like it very much. And now I'll just show you something from the end game. It's this one, so they are all dead. Yeah, let's take a look here. Or maybe Galahad, like here. Like the flying unit. That's also a new thing. In comparison to the first game. He's got angels, good and bad angels. This is also a pretty cool picture in my opinion. Here we've got the cinematic view again. And the maps are all rather interesting. Like in the first game there were also many random encounter maps, and there they got some kind of repetitive. But here there is less repetition, but there are basically no coincidental battles, so it's all pretty much unfortunately pretty much scripted. So here he can summon the red dragon, Philibius, the sage. Oh yeah, and by the way, so there are, did I say that before? So there are 3 different oh yeah, cool. I didn't know he had the dragon on his shield. There are 3 different classes: a warlord, a sage, and the champion. Yeah. So the champion is more like the melee fighter. So there it goes. So, and we can also recruit flying units, like also dragons. There's 1 dragon lair in the game, and there we can choose between black, red and white dragons. So, but I never really used them because I have my effective army here, and I never felt that it's necessary. So that's why Cedric. So let's take this guy. It's a dragon. The advantage with dragons is that they can only be touched either by bowmen or by other flying units and horses. If the horses are attacked by flying units, then they usually can hit back, but the others cannot for whatever reason. Yeah. So this is
the enemy hero is casting a spell.
A monkish guy. So dragon, do your thing. So the dragon can always do, come on, do it. Yeah, so like doing the full fire, or in case of the black dragon, like acid spit or something. So, and then the dragon, come on, you can now attack these guys. So, and these are the angels, yeah, the good angels, these guys. So, looks remotely like me, especially like with the saintly thingy above his head. So these are the black and bad, nasty angels. Yeah, so that's the thing. So that's that. And there, you know, I have no idea what this helmet or crown did in the game. So maybe if you went Tyrant, this would have been an issue or something. Yeah, but that's the thing. So, and this is the end game. There you can see depending on your choices. So I also sided with Merlin. He's in Wales, and he's got no, the dragons were also here, but he also has dragons, I think. But, and that is something very regrettable, in the first game you got to have Merlin as your commanding general. You could have you could actually have as many armies as you wanted, which gave you a lot of flexibility, but of course you didn't have the economic power to sustain too many armies, obviously. So, and here it's just nerfed. So they just reduced the whole economy just to gold, and you only get gold via quests, via won battles, and by scripted stuff. Yeah, and that's it. So, and in the first game you had the provinces, and that you could upgrade the province also for the economy. You had food and gold as 2 resources, and that made the game much more interesting. And now it's just waiting that you get the stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. So now we've got autumn. It's waited turn. So this is the winter, for example. And now let's take a look at research. So it's a whole tree, and you can research stuff, so you can upgrade your buildings a bit more. Yeah, and you also get new skills for things like here for the golem, for example. Yeah, and
Yes,
mean,
my king.
you do have options, and it's nice, but a lot of stuff. So the flying units, I found that they die very quickly, especially if someone shoots them with the bow. I went for the white dragon, but I never used it. Yeah, so here's also this one. I tried this one out, the Colossus, and it died within seconds. Yeah, so I never figured out maybe against what to use. Maybe against light infantry it's a good unit, or whatever, I don't know. But in my opinion, because there are 120 spearmen, for example, or 80 heavy infantry units, yeah, and they all do melee damage of 1000. So, and he does 16,000. So that's obviously, as you can do the math yourself, it's an equivalent of 16 guys. Yeah, so and that's why I just stuck to the regular
Ready
arm.
to
so
serve.
The whole balancing is less than ideal, in my opinion. So, but if the units level up, you can give them better points here, and sometimes better
Yes, my lord.
abilities. Wasn't
Ready
there
to
someone
serve.
here? Yeah, here. So someone could get a new skill like here, yeah, and then sometimes these are pretty useful skills. The defense, I found out, so it's like 5%. Yeah, every point defense leads to reduction, apparently, of 1%, I guess, but I don't know. So yeah, and that's the game. I think I did not forget anything. I mean, I like the setting very much. I like the music in some battles. Yeah. I like the artwork. I like the general atmosphere, which I actually filled up myself a bit with my imagination. I like the idea that there is actually a Roman culture still in Britain, or like on the British Isle, which you could get, by the way. So just to show you
Yes, my
something.
lord.
Maybe you can switch off now if you don't want to hear any spoilers. In that case, please thumb up the video if you liked it. And if you don't, then leave your comment, why not, or what you would like to know about the game. I'll gladly tell you, because I'm done now with the game, and I can tell everything basically. But I can't really recommend the game in that sense. Only if you are maybe a fan of the first game, and you also want to support the producers maybe. But otherwise it's like 69 points of 100 in my opinion. Yeah, so there was much more potential, and they didn't really use this potential in my opinion. Yeah, so, and yeah, if you want, you can sign up with the channel to become part of the family, and you're very welcome to do so if you never want to miss a video ever again. So there you go. And now I'm just saying something about the Romans. Spoiler alert. So this is Naevia Sulla, and of course, depending on your decision, so she's a spirit, yeah? And she can't have a wife, and not a husband either, but we saved her, and she's one of the Romans, actually. So the Romans are mostly dead and cursed. That's also like an interesting thing. Yeah, and you were supposed to close the gates, yeah, and you can do a lot of stuff, but the potential would have been much greater, I have to say. Yeah, and that's the game. I think I have not forgotten anything. If you have anything that is better, rather play that. But it's also, you know, it's an okay game. Yeah, it's an okay game. And especially if you know the first game, I will also do a review of it. I played it a couple of years ago. And also explain a little bit about that, but only from the beginning, obviously, because I don't have the old save games anymore. Yeah, but that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Like it if you like it. Join the channel if you want to join. See you in the next video. Bye bye.